Have you ever stopped to think about the incredible things humans have built? When we say something is man-made, we mean it didn't happen on its own in nature. It was designed, created, and constructed by people. You might hear other words like artificial or synthetic, but they all point to the same idea, made by human hands, not found growing in the wild or forming on its own. Some man-made items are quite small and simple, such as plastic bottles used for beverages or phone cases designed to protect smartphones. But others are massive, jaw-dropping creations. Bridges that stretch across oceans, temples carved into cliffs, towers that seem to touch the clouds. These are man-made wonders, and they tell stories of creativity, culture, and imagination throughout history. In this video, we're going on a journey around the world to explore some of the most amazing human-made landmarks ever built. From ancient stone cities to gleaming skyscrapers, get ready to be inspired by what people can do when they dream big. So let your curiosity lead the way. Our adventure into the world's most breathtaking man-made wonders begins now. In 1869, King Ludwig II ordered the construction of a castle that reflected his passion for medieval legends. High above the Pollet Gorge, the structure rises dramatically against the backdrop of the Bavarian Alps. The young king, fascinated by tales of knights and old kingdoms, spent years shaping this personal vision. As a devoted admirer of Richard Wagner, Ludwig filled the castle with themes drawn from the composer's operas. Its fairy tale appearance combines towering spires and rugged mountain scenery, creating a magical and imposing silhouette. After his political power faded, Ludwig escaped into architecture, building castles that suited his imagined royal life. Workers began construction in 1869, but many towers and rooms were never completed due to the king's early death. Though he lived there briefly, Ludwig never saw the castle finished as scaffolding remained throughout his time. The site, part fantasy and part fortress, continues to impress visitors with its artistic detail and mountain setting. Even without full completion, the castle stands today as one of Germany's most admired and photographed landmarks. Before we continue our journey, let's test your knowledge real quick. Which famous architectural structure in France was initially opposed because of its bizarre design when first built? Comment your guess below. When you step into the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, you're immediately surrounded by a peaceful atmosphere and breathtaking architecture. The mosque was envisioned by Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan as a place that brings people together in harmony and understanding. Welcoming visitors from all walks of life, it stands as a cultural bridge between nations and faiths. The construction itself involved artisans and architects from across the globe, making it a true symbol of international collaboration. From every angle, the mosque reveals masterful detail, a blend of traditional Islamic design with modern craftsmanship. As you explore the gleaming white corridors, you'll find reflective pools, intricate floral mosaics, and gold-plated Swarovski chandeliers that sparkle in the natural light. The mosque is still an active place of worship, hosting up to 50,000 worshippers daily, so respectful attire is required. Free guided tours are highly recommended to learn about the symbolic details and craftsmanship hidden throughout the space. As the sun sets, the domes and minarets illuminate softly, creating a magical view worth returning for. A visit to the mosque offers not just beauty, but also a deeper appreciation for Emirati hospitality and cultural openness. If you are watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but means a lot to us. Deep in the jungles of northern Guatemala lies Tikal, the largest pre-Hispanic city in the country, and one of the most iconic sites of the ancient Maya civilization. Located in the Petén region, this massive archaeological complex once supported a population of up to 100,000 people at its peak. Spanning approximately 16 square kilometers, the city contains around 5,000 structures, though only a small portion has been excavated and restored. Tikal thrived for over 1,500 years, from 600 BC to 900 Ampere D, and served as a major political and cultural center of the Maya lowlands. Its name, City of Voices, reflects the echoes of a once powerful kingdom. The towering pyramids rise above the forest canopy, offering glimpses into a grand past. Monumental plazas, ball courts, stelae, and altars narrate the history of a royal dynasty through intricate carvings. Recognized for both its cultural and ecological significance, Tikal was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. The surrounding Tikal National Park protects a lush subtropical rainforest teeming with wildlife species. Tikal draws travelers and historians alike to witness the legacy of a civilization that continues to inspire awe. Standing tall near the banks of the River Seine, the Eiffel Tower is one of Paris's most iconic landmarks. Located in the heart of the city, it's visible from many parts of the skyline, making it easy for visitors to find without a map. Construction of the tower began in 1887 and was completed on the 31st of March, 1889, taking just over 2 years. It was built to celebrate 100 years since the French Revolution and to be the centerpiece of the 1889 World's Fair. The tower was designed by engineer Gustave Eiffel, whose name it still proudly carries today. Behind its creation stood a team of 50 engineers, 150 factory workers, and up to 300 on-site laborers. These skilled individuals worked together to assemble over 18,000 iron parts into what would become a world-famous structure. The Eiffel Tower quickly became a symbol not just of Paris, but of France itself. Thanks to its central location, it remains a must-see destination and a popular stop on walking tours through the city. More than just a feat of engineering, it represents a moment of national pride and international admiration. The construction of the canal began under French leadership in 1881, but was plagued by difficult terrain and deadly diseases, leading to bankruptcy. After the French project failed, the United States purchased the rights for $40 million and supported the independence of Panama from Colombia. The canal officially opened in 1914, representing a major engineering achievement of the 20th century. It significantly shortened the sea route between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans by avoiding the long trip around South America's Cape Horn. Initially, fewer than 1,000 ships passed through the canal annually, but by the 1960s, that number increased to about 14,000. Ship sizes continued to grow, while the annual ship count fluctuated around that figure. A major expansion completed in 2016 added larger locks to accommodate bigger vessels. Recent years saw a decline in ship traffic due to water shortages and rising transit costs. Political concerns arose regarding Chinese involvement in the canal as part of the Belt and Road Initiative. After diplomatic negotiations, Panama committed to keeping the canal independent from this initiative, ensuring control remains with the Panamanian government. A fort is believed to have existed on the site since Roman times, though the first written record appears in 12th century Christian documents. Originally built as an Arab fort, the Alcázar of Segovia was transformed in the 13th century from a military stronghold into a palatial residence. Gothic-style renovations were gradually made, with additional changes occurring in the 16th century. For almost 2 centuries, The Alcázar of Segovia was used primarily as a state prison, housing many inmates over the years. In the year 1762, King Charles III officially founded the Royal Artillery School inside the historic walls of the Alcázar. The Alcázar continued in this role until a devastating fire in 1862 caused significant damage. Following the fire, it was assigned to the Ministry of War in 1896 and became a military college. Nowadays, the Alcázar functions as both a museum and a military archives center. Its historical and architectural significance led to its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. The Alcázar remains one of Spain's most iconic landmarks, attracting visitors from around the world. Have you ever climbed to the highest towers of Alcázar of Segovia to enjoy the panoramic view of the city? If you have, comment 2. If not, comment 4. Meaning, thrice built, Uxmal was actually reconstructed 5 times, showcasing the ingenuity of Maya engineering in a notably dry region. The city, first settled around 600 AD, features architecture that is both proportionally elegant and rich in decorative detail. Imagery of Chak, the rain god, appears frequently, reflecting the importance of water in Uxmal's culture. At its height, the city supported around 25,000 people and exerted control over nearby settlements in the Puig Hills. Though reasons remain uncertain, Uxmal was abandoned around 1200 AD, possibly due to drought. It was later inhabited by the Yu people, who joined the powerful Mayapan League alongside Chichen Itza. The site remained occupied until the Spanish conquest in the 1550, after which it was deserted. Rediscovered in the 19th century, formal excavations began in 1929, though much of the city still lies hidden underground. Uxmal's layout reflects sophisticated astronomical alignments, offering insight into ancient Maya cosmology. Built in response to London's rapidly expanding population in the 19th century, Tower Bridge addressed the growing need for a new river crossing. By the late 1800s, commercial activity had surged, and over 1 million people were living east of London Bridge. Crossing the Thames in that area was a major challenge, often taking up to 2 hours on foot or requiring a ferry. In 1876, a special bridge committee was formed to seek a solution through a public design competition. Though more than 50 proposals were submitted, none were chosen, and the competition was eventually scrapped. Instead of selecting a winner from the public competition, officials approved a modified version of the city architect's proposal. Sir Horace Jones, the architect, joined forces with civil engineer Sir John Wolfe Barry to improve the design. After careful revision and planning, their updated design finally received official approval from the authorities in 1884. Following 2 years of preparation, construction commenced and continued for 8 years before the bridge opened in 1894. Sadly, Jones passed away before witnessing the completion of this iconic structure. We pull info from lots of sources, so if we miss something or you've got something cool to add, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Approaching Petra through the narrow, winding Sikh, visitors are met with the breathtaking sight of Alcázar, or the treasury, carved into rose-colored rock. While many stop at this iconic structure, the ancient city holds far more beyond its famous facade. Over 600 stone-carved buildings and tombs still stand, offering insights into the lives of those who once lived here. For centuries, Petra served as the capital of the Nabateans, a thriving civilization known for its trade routes and rock-cut architecture. Roman annexation in AD 106 marked a shift in the city's history, leading eventually to its decline. By the early 1800s, its population had all but vanished, and the city remained hidden from much of the world. In 1812, disguised as a Muslim pilgrim, Swiss explorer Johann Burckhardt persuaded a local guide to take him to the forgotten city. His account reignited global interest in Petra, once thought to be only legend. Recognition grew over the years, and UNESCO declared it a World Heritage Site in 1985. Petra's global fame was cemented when it appeared in the 1989 film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. During a visit to Sri Lanka, Sigiriya stands out as one of the most visually striking and iconic sights, yet it often evokes a mixed sense of awe and detachment. The grandeur of the climb, the imposing presence of Lion Rock, and the sweeping views from the summit created an undeniably powerful impression. Still, something about it felt oddly disconnected from the emotional and spiritual pulse of the country. In contrast to the reverence and deep-rooted devotion found at the Temple of the Sacred Tooth or Ruan Walasaya, Sigiriya appeared more as a relic of lost power than a vibrant symbol of cultural identity. The crowds were mostly tourists, snapping photos and checking off bucket lists, rather than pilgrims seeking meaning or connection. The spectacle was there, undeniably, but the soul? Maybe less so. That's not to say the experience wasn't worthwhile. Climbing through history, brushing past thousand-year-old frescoes, and marveling at the ingenuity of ancient architecture is a privilege. It's one of those places where the visuals alone could fill an entire postcard rack. The place is a masterpiece, no question. But it almost felt like Sigiriya is preserved more for foreign fascination than local pride. Sigiriya offered a grand finale to the journey, dramatic, mysterious, and deeply contemplative, even if emotionally distant. Despite the disconnect, its beauty cannot be denied. Sigiriya leaves a lasting mark, if not on the spirit, then surely on the imagination. The pyramids of Giza are among the most iconic and enduring monuments of ancient Egypt, built over 4,500 years ago during the Old Kingdom era. Constructed as grand tombs for Egypt's pharaohs, they were intended to ensure a safe passage and divine transformation in the afterlife. The largest pyramid was built by Pharaoh Khufu around 2550 BC, using approximately 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. His son Khafre followed with a second pyramid and the nearby Sphinx, which remains shrouded in mystery. The smallest of the trio was built by Menkaure, featuring unique decorative elements and 3 smaller pyramids for queens. These massive structures were part of larger funerary complexes, including temples and ceremonial causeways. Contrary to popular myths, the pyramids were built by skilled Egyptian laborers, not slaves, who lived in a well-organized nearby city. Resources were transported using the Nile and man-made canals, highlighting impressive logistical planning. The pyramid project drew contributions from across the country, symbolizing national unity and centralized power. The Giza pyramids continue to inspire awe, standing as a testament to ancient Egyptian ambition and engineering mastery. Yes, the Golden Gate Bridge is even more awesome than you imagined. Since it opened in 1937, this 1.7-mile suspension span between San Francisco and Marin counties has become one of the most beloved bridges in the world. A work of art, an engineering marvel, and an American icon, the bridge is flanked on both ends by the natural beauty of the Golden Gate National Parks. Its towers reach 746 feet into the sky and extend over 100 feet beneath the bay, showcasing incredible structural feats. The bridge's graceful lines, Art Deco detailing, and signature international orange color make it instantly recognizable. You can walk or bike the entire length of the bridge, but be sure to dress warmly. It can get quite chilly out there. During daylight saving time, the pedestrian path is open from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. and during the rest of the year from 5 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. It's an exhilarating experience that combines stunning views, history, and engineering all in one. Did you know how many times this bridge has been repainted? What does the distinctive orange-red color symbolize? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments so others can enjoy learning too. Standing 2,430 meters above sea level, this ancient Incan citadel is nestled within dense tropical mountain forests on the eastern slopes of the Andes. Considered one of the most remarkable urban creations of the Inca Empire at its peak, its massive stone walls, terraces, and ramps blend seamlessly into the rocky mountainside. Overlooking lush mountain valleys, the site hosts a wide variety of unique flora and fauna. Contrary to popular belief, the lost city of the Inca is actually located about 50 miles away in the jungle, not here. Structures were built without mortar, with stones cut so precisely they fit tightly enough to withstand frequent earthquakes. Advanced engineering features, including drainage systems and strong foundations, remain hidden underground. Access can be gained by train or via a steep hiking path that follows explorer Hiram Bingham's route from 1911. Breathtaking views of surrounding mountain peaks and the winding Urubamba River create a truly unforgettable landscape. The site continues to captivate as a symbol of Incan innovation and spiritual significance. Rich history and natural beauty combine to make this location a unique cultural treasure. Perched atop Corcovado Mountain in Rio de Janeiro, Christ the Redeemer is Brazil's most iconic religious and cultural landmark. Standing 98 feet tall with a 92-foot arm span, the statue is made of reinforced concrete and covered in millions of triangular soapstone tiles. Construction began in 1922 and was completed in 1931, funded mostly by donations from the local Catholic community. The original design featured Christ holding a cross and a globe, but it was later changed to the open-armed pose to symbolize peace and welcome. The head and hands were sculpted in France and shipped to Brazil for assembly. Located within Tijuca National Park, one of the world's largest urban rainforests, the statue is a major tourist attraction. It's struck by lightning several times a year, requiring frequent and costly repairs. Inside the base is a small chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Aparecida, Brazil's patron saint. Since 2003, visitors can take elevators and escalators to reach the platform at the statue's feet. In 2007, Christ the Redeemer was named one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Located in Cambodia, the world's largest religious monument is admired for its architectural brilliance and cultural importance. Originally built in the 12th century, the temple was dedicated to Vishnu, a major Hindu deity. Over time, it gradually transformed into a sacred Buddhist site, reflecting the country's spiritual transition. Surrounded by a vast moat and stone walls, the structure symbolizes Mount Meru in Hindu cosmology. Featuring extensive bas-reliefs and over 3,000 Apsara carvings, the temple showcases the height of Khmer artistry. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it continues to be protected and studied by international teams. Despite centuries of erosion and conflict, the monument remains remarkably well preserved and deeply symbolic. Drawing millions of visitors annually, the site plays a key role in Cambodia's tourism and national pride. Located within the Angkor Archaeological Park, it shares historical space with other magnificent Khmer temples. Revered by locals and pilgrims, the temple complex stands as a spiritual, historical, and architectural masterpiece. Built for the 1,000 958 World Expo. This iconic Brussels structure stands 102 meters tall, with 9 interconnected steel spheres. Designed to represent an iron crystal, magnified 165 billion times, it combines art and engineering in a unique way. Five of the spheres are open to the public, featuring permanent and temporary exhibitions on history and science. At a height of 92 meters, the top sphere offers stunning panoramic views of Brussels. The structure was initially meant to last only 6 months, but has become a lasting symbol of Belgian innovation. Combined tickets allow visitors to explore both this landmark and nearby attractions. Its striking design and cultural significance make it one of Brussels' most popular destinations. The Atomium continues to inspire curiosity with its futuristic appearance and educational exhibits. As a unique blend of architecture and imagination, it remains a must-see for visitors of all ages. Each sphere is connected by escalators and tunnels, creating a one-of-a-kind experience as you move through the structure. Spanning the Tarn Gorge in southern France, this bridge is the tallest in the world at 343 meters high. Construction took 3 years and involved using 290,000 tons of steel and concrete. Supported by 7 concrete piers, the bridge's continuous steel deck is suspended from 7 tall steel pylons. Each pylon supports multiple cable stays that hold the structure securely above the valley. The design team included French engineer Michel Virlogeau and British architect Sir Norman Foster. Before the bridge existed, crossing the valley caused major traffic congestion and long delays for tourists. Now, drivers can cross the valley in just minutes, greatly improving travel to the Mediterranean coast. The viaduct also serves as a striking tourist attraction, with impressive views of the surrounding landscape. Its construction faced challenges such as strong winds and low clouds during assembly. Recognized as one of the greatest engineering achievements, it received the 2006 Outstanding Structure Award. The Meteora monasteries are perched on towering rock pillars rising over 600 meters above the plains of Thessaly, Greece. The Meteora monasteries are perched on towering rock pillars rising over 600 meters above the plains of Thessaly, Greece. These remarkable Greek Orthodox monasteries appear to be suspended in the air, reflecting the meaning of the word Meteora. Built centuries ago, they form one of the most important monastic communities in Greece. Only 6 monasteries remain active today, inhabited by a small number of monks and nuns. These sacred spaces preserve invaluable works of art and intricate frescoes that continue to captivate countless visitors. In 1988, Meteora was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its cultural and natural significance. The surrounding area is part of the Natura 2000 network, protecting rare bird and flower species. Visitors can admire the breathtaking landscape while exploring the monasteries connected by bridges and paths. Some monasteries date back to the 14th and 15th centuries, showing rich history and architectural beauty. Meteora continues to inspire awe as a unique, spiritual, and natural wonder. Borobudur is a magnificent Buddhist temple located on the island of Java in Indonesia, built around 800 CE. The temple was constructed by the Shailendra dynasty and designed by the visionary architect Gunadarma. It is famous for its unique structure, which combines the forms of a pyramid, stupa, and sacred mountain. Pilgrims circumambulate the temple's terraces, moving clockwise along a path that symbolizes the spiritual journey toward enlightenment. The walls and balustrades of Borobudur are intricately carved with over 2,600 relief panels illustrating the life and teachings of the Buddha. The monument contains 504 Buddha street statues, including 72 stupas on the upper terraces, each housing a seated Buddha sculpture. Borobudur's design represents the Buddhist cosmology, guiding devotees from the earthly realm of desire to the formless realm of enlightenment. The temple was abandoned for centuries and rediscovered in the early 19th century by Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles. Borobudur remains an important pilgrimage site and a UNESCO World Heritage Site admired worldwide for its spiritual and architectural significance. The journey through Borobudur physically and symbolically reflects the Buddhist concept of impermanence and the path to ultimate wisdom. Burj Al Arab is an iconic luxury hotel in Dubai, designed to resemble a billowing Arabian dhow sail, standing 321 meters tall. It is built on a man-made island 280 meters off the coast, making it one of the most unique hotel locations worldwide. The hotel features the tallest atrium in the world, soaring over 180 meters and lined with impressive golden columns. Architect Tom Wright combined modern engineering with traditional Arabian design to create this groundbreaking structure. Inside, designer Quan Chu used over 30 types of statuario marble and thousands of Swarovski crystals to decorate the interiors. The hotel's unique silhouette is illuminated beautifully at night, becoming a symbol of Dubai's skyline. Burj Al Arab offers exceptional service with dedicated butlers and personalized guest experiences. Its luxurious suites provide unmatched comfort, making every stay unforgettable for its guests. The structure is a marvel of engineering and architecture, showcasing human creativity and ambition. Burj Al Arab represents both the cultural heritage and the future vision of Dubai as a global city. Known also as the Red Fort or Lal Qila, this massive structure stands as a testament to the glory of the Mughal Empire. Constructed mainly under Emperor Akbar and later expanded by Shah Jahan, it served as the royal residence when Agra was the capital. Surrounded by 2.5 kilometers of towering red sandstone walls, the fort houses a rich complex of palaces, halls, and mosques. Entry is granted through the Amar Singh Gate, while certain sections remain under military control and are off-limits to the public. Inside, the Diwan-i-Am, or Hall of Public Audience, showcases Mughal architecture with rows of elegant pillars. Royal pavilions like Kas Mahal, Shish Mahal, and Maki Bhavan reflect the artistic brilliance of the era. Intricate marble work and delicate carvings can be seen throughout the structures. The mosques within, including Nagina Masjid and Mina Masjid, offer a glimpse into the spiritual life of the royal court. From the balconies, one can admire stunning views of the Yamuna River and the distant Taj Mahal. This historical fort continues to represent strength, resilience, and architectural excellence. Each year, just over 2 million people travel to the Black Hills to witness this remarkable national memorial. During the summer months of June, July, and August, the site experiences its highest number of daily visitors. Those looking to avoid heavy crowds are encouraged to arrive before 9 a.m. or after 3:30 p.m. Visitors often prefer the quieter seasons of May, September, and October for a more relaxed experience. Carved into granite cliffs above pristine forests and streams, the monument stands as a symbol of American ideals. It honors 4 U.S. presidents whose leadership helped shape the nation's founding, expansion, preservation, and development. Beyond its powerful visual impact, the site reflects stories of patriotism, resilience, and the pursuit of democracy. Names like Gutsan and Crazy Horse continue to echo through the landscape and its layered cultural history. The nearby Custer State Park, where buffalo now roam freely, adds natural beauty and wildlife to the experience. Guests are welcome to enjoy local facilities operated by Xanterra, including shops, dining areas, and delicious ice cream. The largest construction on the 63-kilometer Albula line impresses both experts and casual observers alike with its grandeur. The three main pillars, built between 1901 and 1902, represent an outstanding architectural achievement. Although the Solis Viaduct is the tallest bridge in the Racian railway network, this structure exceeds it in volume and mass. More than 9,000 cubic meters of material were used, making it about 3 times heavier than the Solis Viaduct. Each pillar rises roughly 50 meters and was constructed without scaffolding, which was a remarkable engineering feat. A small 15-meter span between arches required the pillars to be positioned very close together along a curve. This curve follows a tight radius of just 100 meters, increasing the complexity of the design and construction. Due to flooding risks, traditional scaffolding towers could not be used during construction, forcing engineers to find alternative methods. Two bridge cranes were mounted on steel towers that were built piece by piece and used to construct the stone pillars. The 136-meter-long bridge extends gracefully across a rugged valley and continues directly into a 200-meter tunnel carved through a steep rock face. Dominating the center of modern Athens from its rocky height, the Acropolis stands as the finest sanctuary of ancient Greece, primarily dedicated to the goddess Athena. Its sacred precinct is intimately linked with the myths, cults, and pivotal historical moments that shaped the Athenian identity. The architectural harmony between its monuments and natural surroundings reflects the creative genius of classical antiquity. In the 5th century BC, under Pericles, it embodied the power, wealth, and cultural supremacy of Athens at its golden age. Archaeological evidence, including Neolithic pottery and Mycenaean fortification walls, reveals continuous habitation of the hill since prehistoric times. Religious significance was firmly established by the 8th century BC with the cult of Athena Polias and the erection of monumental buildings during the rule of Pisistratos. The Persian destruction of 480 BC was followed by the burial of sacred remnants and the construction of defensive walls, preserving memory within stone. Under Pericles' ambitious program, iconic structures such as the Parthenon, Erechtheion, and Temple of Athena Nike rose to define the classical Acropolis. Subsequent centuries brought transformation as pagan temples were converted into Christian churches and later served secular functions under Frankish and Ottoman rule. Despite wars, looting, and natural decay, the Acropolis endures as a powerful symbol of cultural heritage, with ongoing restoration efforts safeguarding its legacy for future generations. Located 32 kilometers northeast of Mexico City, this ancient metropolis was once the largest pre-Columbian settlement in the Americas. Dating from 100 BCE to 750 CE, the city was laid out on a precise grid with wide avenues and monumental architecture. At its peak, the population is estimated to have exceeded 125,000 inhabitants, reflecting extraordinary urban planning and social organization. Among its iconic structures, the Pyramid of the Feathered Serpent stands out for its rich sculptural decoration and symbolic significance. Though smaller than the neighboring pyramids, it contains the highest concentration of painted and carved imagery in the city. Beneath the structure, archaeologists discovered over 200 human sacrifices, believed to be Teotihuacano warriors. In 2009, a digital preservation team used laser scanning and photography to document this temple in support of conservation efforts. The resulting 3D data has been made publicly accessible through the Open Heritage 3D platform. Supported by organizations such as the World Monuments Fund and INA, this initiative promotes cultural heritage preservation through technology. As a result, one of Mesoamerica's most important archaeological sites continues to educate and inspire new generations around the world. Rising from the sea like a vision, Mont Saint-Michel has borne witness to over 1,300 years of spiritual devotion, architectural brilliance, and human resilience. Originally called Mont Tombe, it became a sacred site in 708 when the Archangel Michael appeared to Bishop Aubert of Avranches and urged him to build a sanctuary. By 966, a Benedictine community had settled on the mount, constructing the first church and giving rise to a village below for incoming pilgrims. As devotion grew, so did the need for space, prompting 11th century builders to achieve the feat of erecting an abbey church atop 4 crypts carved into granite. During the 100 Years' War, Mont Saint-Michel was fortified and famously resisted a nearly 30-year English siege, earning its place as an enduring symbol of French resilience. Following the French Revolution, the abbey was transformed into a prison, isolating more than 14,000 inmates from the world until 1863. The closure of the prison opened a new chapter, as Mont Saint-Michel became a site of national restoration and growing tourism. A steam tram and road dike connected it to the mainland, though this connection was reversed in modern times to restore its island character. The Abbey's millennium in 1966 marked the return of a religious presence, and since 2001, the monastic fraternities of Jerusalem have welcomed pilgrims anew. In 1979, Mont Saint-Michel and its bay were inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving its extraordinary legacy for generations to come. Construction of the Roman Colosseum began in 72 AD under Emperor Vespasian, who intended it as a grand gift for the people of Rome after Nero's tyrannical reign. Officially opened by his son Titus in 80 AD with 100 days of games, the amphitheater became the stage for gladiatorial battles and wild animal hunts. Over 4 centuries, it is believed that around 400,000 people and 1 million animals died within its arena. A devastating fire in 217 AD destroyed the upper wooden levels, and by the 5th century, gladiator games had ended, though beast hunts lingered. By the late 6th century, the Colosseum's purpose shifted, Parts of it became a chapel, cemetery, and living quarters. In the 12th century, the powerful Frangipani family transformed the structure into a fortified castle. The earthquake of 1349 caused major damage, toppling sections of its exterior walls, still missing today. Between the 14th and 18th centuries, the Colosseum was used as a quarry, its stones and iron stolen to build parts of Rome, including St. Peter's Basilica. A turning point came in 1749, when Pope Benedict XIV declared it a sacred site in honor of Christian martyrs. In modern times, restoration efforts and global admiration have preserved the Colosseum as Italy's most visited landmark and one of the most iconic monuments of the ancient world. Hungary operates as a parliamentary democracy with a unicameral legislature called the Országgyűlés, or National Assembly. The country's political structure is defined by the fundamental law adopted on the 25th of April 2011, which has undergone 12 amendments since it came into effect in 2012. The National Assembly holds significant authority, including the power to elect the President of the Republic. Although largely a ceremonial figure, the President also plays a limited role in overseeing legislative, executive, and judicial processes. Executive power rests with the Prime Minister, who is nominated by the President and elected by the National Assembly. The Prime Minister forms and leads the government, appoints ministers, and sets the overall direction of state policy. Ministers are individually responsible to both the Prime Minister and the National Assembly for their actions. Unlike many other parliamentary systems, only the Prime Minister can dismiss ministers. The government's mandate is directly tied to that of the Prime Minister, reinforcing the centrality of this role. Hungary's parliament also plays a part in EU affairs, examining and engaging with EU legislation through its committees and official publications. Also known as White Heron Castle, this historic structure is admired for its elegant white exterior and vast size. Construction began in the 1400s, and the castle reached its present form by the year 1609. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it holds the status of a national treasure in Japan. Unlike many other castles in the country, it has remarkably survived without destruction by war, fire, or natural disasters. The castle complex features more than 80 buildings spread over multiple baileys that are connected by winding paths and defensive gates. Most guests begin their visit by passing through the Atomium Gate, which leads to a spacious courtyard beautifully adorned with cherry trees that are especially stunning during the springtime blossoms. The defensive design includes a labyrinthine arrangement of gates and walls intentionally created to slow down potential attackers. At its heart stands a 6-story wooden main keep, notable for its additional wing buildings that increase its architectural complexity. From the highest floor, panoramic views allow visitors to see the sprawling city and intricate castle grounds below. Located just a short 15 to 20-minute walk from Himeji Station, the castle is very accessible for tourists traveling to the area. Carved directly into a sandstone cliff during the 13th century BCE, the twin temples honor Pharaoh Ramses II and his legacy. The colossal statues at the entrance, each towering over 20 meters high, stand as powerful symbols of ancient Egyptian craftsmanship. This architectural masterpiece was originally built to impress both Egypt's people and foreign lands with the might of the pharaoh. Threatened by rising waters from the Aswan High Dam project in the 20th century, the entire site faced near total submersion. UNESCO responded with an unprecedented international campaign, rallying experts and support from over 50 countries across 5 continents. Temples were meticulously dismantled into over 1,000 stone blocks, each weighing up to 30 tons, then moved to higher ground. Reassembly took years of careful planning, creating an artificial cliff to mimic the original setting and preserve its orientation. The successful relocation marked a turning point in global cultural heritage preservation and inspired the World Heritage Convention. Recognition of the site's historical and artistic value made it a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979, ensuring lasting protection. Millions continue to marvel at its beauty and the monumental effort undertaken to save this cultural treasure for humanity. Perched on a rocky outcrop by the sea, this temple is one of Bali's most iconic cultural landmarks. Built in the 16th century by the Hindu priest Donghyang Nyartha, it marks the site where he meditated and spread Hindu teachings. After arriving in Baraban village, he faced resistance from a local leader named Bendesa Baraban Sakti. Using his spiritual powers, he moved the coral rock into the sea and created venomous sea snakes to guard it. The dramatic act led Bendesa to renounce his beliefs and accept Hinduism, asking to become a follower. Since then, the site has been revered as Tanah Lot, which means land in the sea. The temple plays a vital role in Balinese spiritual life, especially in honoring the guardian spirits of the ocean. Sunset views behind the temple draw large crowds, offering one of the most breathtaking scenes in Bali. Other features of the area include the nearby Batu Bolong Temple and a sacred cave inhabited by wish-granting white snakes. Over the centuries, this sacred site has remained a powerful symbol of Bali's spiritual heritage and resistance to religious conflict. The first dynasty in Myanmar flourished between the 11th and 13th centuries, establishing the foundation of the country's culture. Buddhism spread widely during this period, leading to the construction of many pagodas for religious purposes. Old Bagan, the kingdom's center, was located along the Ayeyarwady River, an important water transportation route. Cultural influences from the Mundé people and Indian maritime trade enriched local traditions, including the introduction of Buddhism by the monk Shin Arahan. In the 12th century, pagoda building expanded to inland areas with strong support from kings and officials. Important historical details about builders and donations were inscribed on many pagodas. The kingdom weakened due to excessive construction and conflicts with the Yuan dynasty in the 13th century. Later dynasties, such as Tonggu and Konbaung, preserved and restored important monuments. Earthquakes in 1975 and 2016 caused damage, increasing awareness of the need for conservation. Ongoing efforts involve international cooperation to protect this significant cultural heritage site. Construction of the Plaza de España began in 1914 to serve as the central site for the 1929 Ibero-American Exposition. It was the largest project of the talented architect Aníbal González, who led the work until 1926. The plaza was designed to symbolize Spain's embrace of the Ibero-American nations. Its architectural style combines elements of the Renaissance and Baroque periods, reflecting regional pride. Two towering neo-Baroque towers, each 74 meters tall, stand at the ends of the plaza and were once controversial for their height. The plaza's semi-elliptical shape covers over 30,000 square meters, creating a grand public space. Around the edge, 48 benches honor each Spanish province with detailed ceramic artwork and historical scenes. The 4 bridges crossing the canal are decorated to represent the 4 historic kingdoms of Spain: Castilla, León, Aragon, and Navarra. Rich local craftsmanship is showcased throughout, including ceramics, sculptures, and wrought iron work. Over time, the Plaza de España has become one of Seville's most iconic landmarks and a symbol of cultural pride. For nearly 2,000 years, a powerful guardian has stood over the Tiber River, symbolizing Rome's imperial and papal authority. Built in 123 AD by Emperor Hadrian, the structure originally served as a monumental tomb for himself and his family. A three-tiered design once supported a grand statue of Hadrian dressed as the sun god, riding a bronze chariot across the summit. Throughout the centuries, the mausoleum transformed into a fortress that defended the city from barbarian invasions and became part of the walls under Emperor Aurelian's rule. Atop the fortress, the Archangel Michael's statue commemorates the miraculous end of the plague in 590 AD, a moment deeply revered by the citizens of Rome. The popes not only used the building as a fortress, but also as a residence and a secure place to store priceless church treasures. A secret passage called the Passetto di Borgo connected the stronghold to the Vatican, allowing popes to flee danger swiftly during political unrest. Renaissance masters such as Michelangelo and Bernini enriched the interiors and redesigned the bridge, adorning it with angelic statues that welcome pilgrims crossing the Tiber. Despite its impressive exterior, the dungeons beneath witnessed dark tortures, imprisonments, and executions of famous figures like Giordano Bruno and Count Cagliostro. This monumental structure remains a breathtaking symbol of Rome's strength, watched over by the angel whose presence continues to protect the city. Built in the 1st century AD, the Pont du Gard is one of the most remarkable Roman engineering achievements still standing today. It served as part of a 50-kilometer aqueduct that brought water from the Ure spring to the Roman colony of Nimes. The three-tiered bridge, rising nearly 49 meters high, crosses the Gardon River with a majestic elegance and technical brilliance. Each level features arches of varying size, showcasing advanced Roman understanding of weight distribution and flood resistance. Its construction used massive limestone blocks without mortar, some of which still bear quarry marks and coded assembly numbers. The structure's largest arch, over 24 meters wide, was deliberately designed to accommodate the Gardon's unpredictable floodwaters. Despite suffering damage in the Middle Ages, the Pont du Gard remains in excellent condition thanks to centuries of restoration work. This iconic monument is not only a masterpiece of Roman architecture, but also a symbol of the empire's urban development ambitions. It was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 for its outstanding universal value. It stands isolated in a protected natural setting, admired by millions as a testament to Roman genius and durability. To honor Russian soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the Russo-Turkish War, a grand cathedral arose in Sofia's heart. Commemoration of Saint Alexander Nevsky, a revered Russian prince, symbolizes shared faith and deep historical ties with Russia. Construction work commenced in 1882 and continued over 3 decades, reaching completion just before the First World War began. The cathedral's main dome rises 150 feet, while the bell tower extends even higher, commanding Sofia's cityscape with authority. Materials and artistic elements came from across Europe: marble from Munich, metalwork from Berlin, and dazzling mosaics from Venice. During wartime tension with Russia, its name changed temporarily to honor Saints Cyril and Methodius, revered Slavic Christian figures. In 1920, the original dedication was restored, reaffirming its role as a symbol of national and religious unity. Recognition as a cultural monument followed in 1924, reflecting the structure's profound meaning in Bulgaria's historical narrative. Positioned among national landmarks like the Parliament and the Monument to the Unknown Soldier, its presence carries political and spiritual weight. Admired for its golden domes and sacred murals, the cathedral remains an enduring emblem of Bulgaria's cultural and religious heritage. Rising in the heart of Beijing, a massive precinct of red walls and golden roofs once housed imperial power for centuries. As the political and ritual hub of China, this micro-city served as home to 24 emperors across Ming and Qing dynasties. Measuring nearly 1 kilometer in length and 3/4 in width, the structure is enclosed by a wide defensive moat. After completion in 1420, it became the exclusive residence for emperors, royal families, and their household staff. Transformation into a public museum occurred in 1925, shortly after the abdication and expulsion of the last emperor Puyi. Rooted in Confucian ideals, the symmetrical layout emphasizes strict hierarchy, order, and ritualized spatial movement. Grand marble courtyards and ceremonial halls dominate the outer court, reserved solely for state functions and male officials. Private quarters in the northern section sheltered the emperor, empress, and consorts, each palace reflecting gendered symbolism. Architecture adheres to ancient construction standards detailed in Yingzhou Fashi, an 11th century manual of imperial design. As a modern museum today, this vast complex preserves imperial heritage while educating the public through exhibitions and restoration. Akshardham Temple is a magnificent Hindu spiritual and cultural complex dedicated to devotion, learning, and harmony. The temple serves as a divine abode of God and a place of peace and purity for all visitors. Opened in November 2005, it was constructed by thousands of volunteers under the guidance of spiritual leaders like H. Pramukh Swami Maharaj. Intricately carved sandstone and marble form the stunning architecture that reflects ancient Hindu traditions. Over 300 million volunteer hours contributed to the creation of this vast and detailed monument. Inside, more than 200 murtis represent spiritual figures from many millennia. Exhibitions within the temple showcase the life and teachings of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, focusing on prayer, compassion, and non-violence. Visitors can also explore beautifully maintained gardens, water bodies, and a stepwell-styled courtyard. Every part of the temple complex emphasizes the potential divinity within every soul and encourages self-improvement through service. The spiritual experience offered here combines architectural beauty with timeless Hindu values and messages. Situated on the southwest slope of the Acropolis in Athens, this theater showcases a rich historical background and impressive architecture. Commissioned by the Senator Herodes Atticus in 161 AD, it was intended to honor the memory of his beloved wife, Aspasia Annia Regilla. Roman architectural influences are clearly visible through its arches and three-story stage, distinguishing it from other nearby ancient theaters. The original design featured steeply sloped seating and a grand stone front wall topped with a wooden roof made from precious cedar and Lebanon timber. Lavish decorations, including marble sculptures and ceramic artworks, were incorporated to enhance the building's visual appeal and cultural significance. renowned Greek traveler Pausanias described the theater as the finest building of its type when he visited in the 2nd century AD. Destruction occurred during the Heruli invasion in 267 AD, leading to centuries of neglect and gradual decay of the structure. Partial restoration efforts were undertaken during the late 19th and early 20th centuries to preserve what remained of the theater. The theater experienced a cultural revival during World War II, hosting performances by the Athens State Orchestra and Greek National Opera. Since extensive restoration was completed in 1955, it has become a premier venue for festivals, featuring a semicircular orchestra paved with elegant black and white marble. Perched on a hilltop in Ladakh, Thixi Monastery is one of the most impressive Tibetan Buddhist sites in northern India. It belongs to the Gelugpa sect and lies about 18 kilometers from Leh in the scenic Indus Valley. Often referred to as the mini Potala of India, the monastery resembles Tibet's iconic Potala Palace in both structure and design. This 12-story complex houses around 120 monks and nuns and includes 10 temples, an assembly hall, and living quarters. One of its most striking features is the 40-foot statue of Maitreya Buddha, which spans 2 floors of the monastery. Another important shrine is the Tara Temple, dedicated to the compassionate goddess Tara. The site also preserves valuable religious artifacts, such as stupas, ancient swords, thankas, and intricate wall paintings. The monastery provides panoramic views of the Indus Valley and nearby monasteries such as Shea, Stock, and Matho. Situated atop the Sintra Mountains, this colorful palace was once a 16th century monastery commissioned by King Manuel I. In 1838, King Fernando II acquired the former convent and began transforming it into a romantic royal retreat. Inspired by German Romanticism, the king redesigned the old cloisters into vaulted chambers and added new wings with larger halls. The fusion of medieval, Gothic, Manueline, Moorish, and Renaissance elements makes the palace a remarkable architectural blend. Restoration efforts in 1994 revived the original color scheme, ochre for the new section and pink for the monastery. The surrounding gardens, known as Peña Park, were meticulously landscaped with exotic plants from around the world. Winding paths, pavilions, artificial lakes, and over 500 species of trees contribute to the park's dreamlike atmosphere. A charming Alpine-style chalet, built for King Fernando and Countess of Edla, enhances the romantic appeal of the estate. This palace and its grounds form part of the Sintra Cultural Landscape, a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1995. In 2013, the site was honored by inclusion in the prestigious network of European royal residences. The church was originally built in the 18th century and has undergone numerous remodels and reconstructions over the centuries. In 1754, Maria Mueces de Quinones and her daughter sought shelter in a cave where they saw a miraculous Virgin Mary apparition. This miraculous image appeared on a stone wall in the Guaitara River Canyon, attracting many pilgrims seeking healing. The first shrine dedicated to the Virgin Mary was a simple structure made from straw and wood, constructed in 1754. During the 1800s, significant additions like a brick chapel, bridge, and an artificial waterfall were added to the sanctuary complex. The current church building, known as Las Lajas Cathedral, was built between 1916 and 1949 with local community funding. Ecuadorians Gualberto Perez and Lucindo Espinoza designed and supervised the construction, serving as engineer and architect, respectively. This sanctuary exemplifies Gothic Revival architecture, featuring vaulted ceilings, flying buttresses, pointed spires, and detailed gold trim inside. Rising 330 feet above the Guaitara Canyon, the church is connected to the opposite canyon side by a 160-foot tall bridge. From an aerial perspective, the roof of Las Lajas Sanctuary is shaped like a Catholic cross, emphasizing its spiritual symbolism. The Sydney Opera House stands as a masterpiece of 20th century architecture, renowned worldwide for its innovative and daring design. Its significance lies in the exceptional engineering achievements and technological innovations that brought the visionary concept to life. Architect Jorn Utzon's unique design approach inspired a collaborative effort among architects, engineers, and builders to realize his vision. Engineer Overoop's groundbreaking structural solutions were crucial in transforming the ambitious design into a tangible architectural icon. The building's form represents a remarkable response to its setting, beautifully integrated with the stunning waterscape of Sydney Harbour. Recognized as an outstanding artistic monument, the Opera House remains accessible to the public as a premier performing arts venue. A conservation plan balances preserving the building's architectural integrity while maintaining its function as a world-class arts center. Inclusion on the National Heritage List and the State Heritage Register ensures strict protections for its cultural and architectural values. Regular maintenance and conservation programs help preserve the Opera House's condition, supporting its long-term sustainability and public use. The management framework incorporates government policies and heritage guidelines to protect the Opera House's authenticity and global significance. Registan, whose name means a sand place in Uzbek, originally was an open sandy square without any surrounding buildings. In ancient times, the square served as a central gathering spot for the city's population and official announcements by rulers. Initially, no madrasas surrounded the area, but later magnificent religious schools were constructed around the square. City authorities used Registan to publicly declare Khan's orders, hold festive celebrations, and even conduct public executions. The square was also a strategic assembly point where soldiers gathered before marching off to war. Around Registan, many trade rows once existed where farmers and artisans sold various goods and local products. All major roads of Samarkand converged at Rajasthan, making it the busiest and most lively place in the city. Throughout different rulers' reigns, the square's primary function changed, but remained the city's social heart. The three famous madrasas on the square are Ulugh Beg, Sherdor, and Tilla Kori, admired for their architecture. These madrasas were built during different periods by two rulers and now represent Samarkand's main historical attractions. The Trevi Fountain stands as one of the most iconic masterpieces of Baroque art and Roman engineering in the world. Constructed under the direction of Nicola Salvi in 1732, its elaborate design was later completed by Giuseppe Panini. The fountain's dramatic central statue features Oceanus, commanding a shell-shaped chariot pulled by two contrasting seahorses. Flanking the central figure, two tritons and a rocky cliff setting enhance the theatrical movement of cascading water. Two sculpted panels above narrate the origin of the aqueduct, showing the Virgin discovering the source and Agrippa ordering construction. Symbolic statues of healthiness and abundance grace the niches, celebrating the life-giving properties of water. A tradition tied to the fountain says tossing a coin ensures a return to Rome, while a second and third invite love and marriage. Anita Ekberg's scene in La Dolce Vita forever linked the fountain with cinematic glamour and timeless romance. Nearby, the small Lover's Fountain carries its own legend, promising eternal love to couples who drink from it together. Regular restoration efforts and visitor regulations preserve this historical treasure, which continues to enchant millions annually. Preservation of the ancient capital Krungsri Ayutthaya in Phra Nakhon Si Ayutthaya province is overseen by the Ayutthaya Historical Park. This historic city, founded by King Ramathibodi I in 1893 BE, served as the capital of the Ayutthaya Kingdom for over 417 years. Surrounded by the Chao Phraya, Pa Sak, and Lopburi rivers, the area includes more than 300 historical sites, such as palaces, temples, bridges, and ancient trading centers. Ayutthaya expanded its territory along rivers and coastlines, flourishing until it was invaded in 2310 BE, ending its reign. During the Ratanakosin period, King Chulalongkorn designated the island as public land and ordered archaeological excavations. In 2478 BE, the Fine Arts Department began cataloging important historical sites, later restoring Wat Phra Si Sanfet and Wihan Phra Mongkon Bofit in 2499 BE. The Ayutthaya Historical Park project was officially launched in 2525 BE to ensure systematic and long-term preservation. On the 13th of December, 2534 BE, UNESCO designated Ayutthaya as a World Heritage Site under the title Historic City of Ayutthaya. Today, the Ayutthaya Historical Park, along with the Fine Arts Department, continues to maintain and develop these treasured sites. Efforts are ongoing to protect the cultural legacy and promote the historical significance of Ayutthaya to both Thais and international visitors. Built by Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, the Taj Mahal stands in Agra, India. This white marble mausoleum is located along the Yamuna River, surrounded by a vast Mughal garden covering 17 hectares. Construction began in 1632 and took over 20 years, involving thousands of artisans from across the Mughal Empire and beyond. The architectural design achieves perfect symmetry, combining Persian, Islamic, and Indian styles in a uniquely harmonious blend of elements. Notable features include the central dome, 4 elegant minarets, intricate marble inlay, and precious stones forming delicate floral patterns. Its octagonal tomb chamber, with cenotaphs of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal, is encircled by a beautiful marble lattice screen. The placement of the tomb at the end of the garden axis created depth and enhanced visual impact remarkably. Red sandstone mosque and guest house flank the mausoleum, contrasting beautifully with the glowing white marble of the central tomb. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Taj Mahal is widely considered the pinnacle of Indo-Islamic funerary architecture and design. Visitors from around the world admire its timeless beauty, detailed craftsmanship, and emotional story of eternal love and loss. The Sagrada Familia is an iconic basilica in Barcelona, whose construction officially began on the 19th of March 1882. Originally designed by Francesc de Paula Villar, the project was soon taken over by Antoni Gaudí in 1883. Gaudí radically transformed the plans, envisioning a vast temple with 5 naves, 18 towers, and 3 detailed facades. He devoted over 40 years of his life to this project, making it the centerpiece of his career and vision. Although Gaudí completed only the Nativity facade during his lifetime, his plans continued guiding construction after his death in 1926. Many of Gaudí's original models and drawings were destroyed during the Spanish Civil War, complicating future design efforts. Despite setbacks, construction resumed and the Passion facade was finished in 1976 after 22 years of work. Successive architects have honored Gaudí's legacy, with modern technology helping accelerate progress in recent decades. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2005, the basilica remains funded by private donations and ticket sales. The completion of the Sagrada Familia is expected in 2026, marking 100 years since Gaudí's passing. Commissioned by Ivan the Terrible in the 16th century, St. Basil's Cathedral was built to celebrate a military victory. Located on Red Square in Moscow, the cathedral symbolizes Russia's rich cultural and religious heritage for centuries. Legends tell that the Tsar ordered the architects to be blinded, preventing them from recreating such beauty elsewhere. Constructed as 9 interconnected chapels, the cathedral represents both unity and diversity in Russian Orthodox architecture. Brightly colored onion domes, added long after the original construction, make the cathedral appear like a blooming garden. A unique blend of Eastern and Western architectural influences shape the cathedral's distinctive style and decoration. The history of this Czar dates back to the 17th century, when it was established as a strategic stop along the Trans-Saharan trade route. Caravans carrying gold, salt, and spices passed through the village, making it a thriving hub of commerce and culture. Fortified walls and an elevated position protected the inhabitants from bandits and rival tribes. The village takes its name from Ben Hadu, a local saint believed to have founded the settlement. Over the centuries, it became a symbol of Berber architecture, with earthen buildings designed to withstand the harsh desert climate. Builders used mud bricks, palm wood, and natural pigments, demonstrating great resourcefulness. These materials also help the structures blend harmoniously with the surrounding landscape. During the 20th century, the village gained international fame as a filming location due to its timeless beauty and well-preserved architecture. This exposure brought renewed attention, leading to its designation as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987. It stands as a living testament to Morocco's cultural and architectural heritage. The mighty Prejama Castle has stood for over 800 years, perched in the middle of a towering 123-meter-high stone wall. Recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records, it holds the title of the largest cave castle in the world. The castle is famously linked to the legend of the robber knight Erasem Przejamski, who, after a bitter conflict with Austrian Emperor Frederick III, withstood a siege lasting more than a year. His downfall came when a servant betrayed him by lighting a candle in his window, allowing enemies to target him with stone bullets. Erasm's mourning girlfriend is said to have buried him at the village center near the Church of the Sorrowful Mother of God, planting a linden tree that still stands today, famed for its age and hollow trunk. First mentioned in 1274, the castle was originally built by the abbots of Aquileia and featured a Gothic design. Later, it was rebuilt by the Lug family, whose most notorious member was Erasm himself. The ancient city of Chichen Itza was originally founded near two cenotes, providing essential water sources for its settlers. These natural sinkholes not only inspired the city's name but also made large-scale settlement and agriculture possible in the arid region. Early early constructions, including the nunnery and the Temple of the Deer, reflect the flourishing Maya civilization between the 6th and 10th centuries. In the 10th century, Toltec warriors arrived from central Mexico, bringing with them new religious ideas and architectural styles. This cultural fusion resulted in iconic structures, such as El Castillo, also known as the Temple of Kukulkan. The pyramid's precise alignment with astronomical events shows the builders' advanced knowledge of mathematics and cosmology. Chichen Itza became a major political, religious, and commercial center in the northern Maya lowlands. The site features an extraordinary ball court where ritual games were played, often with symbolic or spiritual meaning. After the 13th century, construction ceased, and the city entered a period of gradual decline. By the 15th century, it was largely abandoned, and jungle growth began to cover many of its monumental buildings. Excavations began in the 19th century, revealing the grandeur and sophistication of this lost civilization. Chichen Itza was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1988 due to its universal cultural value. The site today faces challenges from over-tourism, erosion, and limited conservation resources which threaten its long-term preservation. Conservation is jointly managed by national and local authorities, with strategic plans guiding archaeological research and site maintenance. Chichen Itza stands today not just as ruins, but as a powerful reminder of the ingenuity and legacy of ancient Mesoamerican cultures. Located on a hill overlooking Cusco, the ancient complex is named the place where the hawk is satiated. Construction began under the rule of Pachacuti, employing over 20,000 laborers from the surrounding conquered tribes. Many historians believe the massive zigzagging stone walls were primarily built for military defense and strategic protection. Others argue the site functioned as a ceremonial center, deeply connected to Incan religious and astronomical traditions. The enormous stones were precisely shaped by skilled Incan stonemasons, using harder rocks and bronze tools without mortar. Architects of the time designed the walls to reflect the natural contours of the mountains rising behind them. When Spanish conquistadors arrived, they dismantled large parts of the site and reused stones for colonial buildings in Cusco. Although the towers no longer stand, their foundations and the massive defensive walls still remain clearly visible today. Rediscovered and excavated in 1934, the site regained attention and was later recognized as a cultural treasure. Every June, the Grand Inti Raymi Festival is reenacted here, celebrating Incan heritage and honoring the sun god. Rising majestically on a rugged hill overlooking Granada, the Alhambra is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture and Spanish history. Its name, meaning the Red Castle, likely refers to the reddish hue of its walls, which glow in the Andalusian Sunday. Originally conceived as a fortress, it was transformed into a royal residence in the 13th century by Muhammad I, founder of the Nasrid dynasty. This remarkable complex blends military might, regal elegance, and Medina-style city life within its fortified walls. Comprising the Alcázar, Nasrid palaces, and the General Life Gardens, it reflects both strategic function and refined aesthetic. Yusuf I and his son Muhammad V played key roles in constructing the iconic palaces, including the stunning Comares Tower and Hall of the Lions. Legend says that the palaces were built under the light of torches, adding a poetic layer to its mystique. The General Life, located just outside the main complex, served as a peaceful retreat surrounded by orchards and fountains. After the Christian conquest in 1492, the Alhambra became the court of the Catholic monarchs and underwent major structural changes. A Renaissance-style palace commissioned by Charles V was later inserted into the heart of the Islamic complex. Despite centuries of transformations, the Alhambra remains a symbol of the cultural fusion that shaped Spain's diverse heritage. It stands not only as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but as a lasting testimony to the artistry and ambition of the Nasrid rulers. Mua Cave, whose name means dancing cave, is linked to a legend about King Tran Tai Tong enjoying music and dance there. Located at the foot of a mountain near Tam Kok, the cave is surrounded by stunning limestone formations that captivate visitors. Often called Ha Long Bay on land, the region's dramatic scenery combines winding rivers with towering karst peaks. The natural beauty of Mua Cave perfectly complements its deep cultural significance to the local people. Many tourists come to climb the steep stairway carved into the cliffs to reach breathtaking panoramic views from the summit. Along the stairway, green moss and trees cling to black cliffs, creating a striking contrast with the bright sky. Visitors can experience both adventure and tranquility while exploring this unique destination in northern Vietnam. The area's rich traditions and customs offer guests insight into the vibrant local culture during the busy tourist season. Sunsets at Mua Cave paint the sky in warm hues, enhancing the magical atmosphere that draws photographers and nature lovers alike. This harmonious blend of nature and history makes Mua Cave an essential highlight of the Ninh Binh region. Built continuously from the 3rd century BC to the 17th century AD, the Great Wall served as a massive defense system. Earlier fortifications were connected around 220 BC to create a united defense against northern invasions. Stretching over 20,000 kilometers, the wall includes walls, watchtowers, horse tracks, shelters, fortresses, and passes along its length. Representing the clash and exchange between agricultural and nomadic civilizations, it reflects ancient cultural dynamics. Advanced military architecture, technology, and artistry were developed by successive empires to construct this impressive structure. Symbolizing powerful national defense and strategic thinking, it stood as a key project for central governments. Expansion and strengthening under the Ming dynasty transformed it into the largest military structure ever built. Embodying determination to protect people and territory, the wall remains a national icon of resilience. Millions of visitors from all over the world are drawn to admire its historical and architectural significance. Its enduring legacy highlights the ingenuity and spirit of the civilizations that built it across centuries. The Isthmus of Corinth was once a natural land barrier that forced ancient sailors to transport their ships overland, a challenging and risky task. Early efforts to create a canal began as far back as 602 BC, when Periander, the tyrant of Corinth, abandoned plans due to fears of divine wrath. Demetrios Poliorketes started digging in 307 BC, but was stopped by engineers who warned about flooding risks. Roman leaders like Julius Caesar and Nero revisited the idea, with Nero even initiating work using prisoners and slaves before his death halted progress. Subsequent attempts by Herod of Atticus, the Byzantines, and Venetians all failed due to technical difficulties and limited resources. After Greece gained independence in the 19th century, renewed interest arose, inspired by the success of the Suez Canal. Construction officially began in 1882 under a Hungarian contractor, following plans similar to Nero's ancient design. The canal was completed in 1893, transforming maritime routes in the Mediterranean and beyond. It measures about 6,346 meters in length, with a width just over 20 meters and a depth around 7.5 meters. Geological challenges, such as frequent landslides, have caused closures and repairs throughout its history. Major damage occurred in 1944 when retreating German forces sabotaged the canal, blocking it for 5 years. The canal's water current shifts direction approximately every 6 hours, and tidal changes are minimal. Two movable bridges allow land traffic to cross the canal safely. The Corinth Canal remains a vital and economical passage for shipping between the Mediterranean and Black Sea regions. It also attracts numerous tourists eager to witness this extraordinary engineering feat. The Canal story reflects centuries of human determination to overcome nature's obstacles. Shaped like a giant date palm, the Palm Islands in Dubai represent one of the most ambitious engineering feats ever accomplished. Located along the coast of the United Arab Emirates, this artificial archipelago includes Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jebel Ali, and Dera Island. All three islands share a similar structure with a long trunk, numerous fronds, and a surrounding crescent-shaped breakwater. Among them, Palm Jumeirah stands out as the most developed and iconic, often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. It stretches 5 kilometers into the Arabian Gulf, spans 5 square kilometers, and has added nearly 79 kilometers to Dubai's coastline. Unlike traditional man-made islands made from concrete, these islands were constructed entirely from natural materials like rock and sand. This choice reflects Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's desire for the islands to blend harmoniously with their environment. Engineers used vibrocompaction and differential global positioning systems to ensure precise sand placement. Palm Jumeirah alone was built using more than 3.2 billion cubic feet of ocean sand, compacted to withstand the test of time. At the height of construction, around 40,000 workers were employed daily to bring the prince's vision to life. Despite a few fatal accidents during construction, developers claim the island's breakwater offers protection, even against massive storms. Villas and luxury hotels now cover the Palm, catering to a mix of wealthy residents, tourists, and property investors. Beneath the surface, tunnels and monorails connect key parts of the island, providing both convenience and futuristic charm. The Palm Islands are more than real estate. They symbolize Dubai's pursuit of architectural excellence and innovation. Originally laid out as a modest square surrounded by trees and open space, the area quickly gained historical significance. The square was initially constructed in front of a small chapel, which later became the magnificent St. Mark's Basilica. By 1267, its popularity led to expansion and brick paving, formalizing its role as Venice's central gathering place. In 1735, Andrea Turali redesigned the square, replacing bricks with natural stone to better organize merchant stalls and public use. At the heart of the piazza stands St. Mark's Basilica, a church built to house the relics of St. Mark. Rising beside the basilica is the iconic 98.6-meter bell tower, faithfully rebuilt after its unexpected collapse in 1902. The sound of San Marco's 5 bells echoes through the square, evoking centuries of Venetian tradition and ceremony. On one side of the square, the Doge's Palace showcases Venice's grandeur with its Gothic arches, spires, and pink marble. Inside the palace, grand staircases, intricate frescoes, and Tintoretto's immense painting paradise highlight its opulent and political past. Not far from the palace lies the National Archaeological Museum, holding artifacts from ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. Among its collections are classical statues, vases, jewelry, and imperial portraits, all preserving Italy's deep cultural and artistic legacy. St. Mark's Square today unites architecture, art, religion, and politics into a living symbol of Venice's extraordinary historical journey. Located high on a steep cliff in Turkey's Altındere National Park, Sumela Monastery is a breathtaking and sacred site. Though it once flourished, the 20th century brought abandonment after World War I and the Greek population's forced relocation. Remote placement offered partial protection, yet the monastery's vivid frescoes endured years of careless vandalism and mindless defacement. Many cultures left marks on these walls, sadly showcasing global disrespect for this remarkable religious and artistic heritage. Despite the damage, Turkish authorities have restored the structures and repurposed the monastery as a significant historical and cultural museum. Most travelers reach the monastery via local tours or buses from Trabzon to Maçka, then a dolmuş to the park entrance. From there, Reaching the site requires a scenic 30-minute walk through lush forest or along a narrow paved road. Those with private vehicles may park just 300 meters from the monastery, near the small Hagia Barbara Chapel. Surrounded by dense forest and rushing mountain streams, the monastery offers visitors spiritual awe and stunning natural beauty. Beyond its architecture and frescoes, the site draws crowds for its serene location and enduring connection to Orthodox Christianity. As one of the most impressive man-made wonders, the Burj Khalifa stands proudly in the heart of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Construction of this iconic skyscraper began in 2004 and took 6 years to complete, involving over 12,000 international workers. Initially named Burj Dubai, the tower was later renamed in honor of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan after its completion. The architectural design was led by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, a renowned firm based in Chicago. Burj Khalifa officially opened to the public on the 4th of January, 2010, marking a new era for architectural achievements in the Middle East. Standing at a height of 828 meters, it surpassed Taipei 101 to become the tallest building in the world. The structure features a unique design with a central core and 3 extending wings for stability and aesthetic appeal. Its exterior is clad in glass, aluminum, and stainless steel, reflecting Dubai's modern identity and futuristic ambition. More than just a skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa hosts luxury hotels, office spaces, residential apartments, and observation decks. Today, it remains a global symbol of engineering excellence, attracting millions of tourists eager to experience its breathtaking views. Located in southeastern Turkey, this archaeological site is one of the most important discoveries in human history. Constructed approximately 12,000 years ago during the Neolithic period, it dates back to a time when people lived mostly as hunter-gatherers. Massive T-shaped limestone pillars, some reaching 5.5 meters in height, are intricately carved with various animal motifs. These carvings include bulls, boars, foxes, snakes, wild ducks, and vultures, each likely holding religious or cultural significance. Archaeologists believe the site served as a significant ritual and worship center for prehistoric communities. Excavations led by Professor Klaus Schmidt between 1995 and 2014 revealed several circular enclosures made from these monumental pillars. The discovery marks a major transition in human history, from nomadic hunting to settled agricultural societies and more complex social structures. Early evidence of human creativity and symbolic thinking is demonstrated through the site's sophisticated architectural design. Nearby, the Schandlurfa Museum exhibits artifacts from the excavations, offering further insight into the ancient civilization. This remarkable site continues to captivate researchers and tourists, emphasizing its crucial role in understanding early human development. What an incredible journey we've taken through the awe-inspiring creations of human hands and imagination. From towering skyscrapers that defy gravity to ancient temples carved with devotion, each wonder tells a story of ambition, culture, and innovation. These landmarks are more than just stone, steel, or glass. They're monuments to the human spirit. As travelers, we don't just visit these places. We connect with the dreams and histories that built them. Whether ancient or modern, each man-made marvel is a reminder of what we can achieve when we dare to dream big. Let these wonders spark your curiosity and inspire your next adventure. There's a whole world out there filled with incredible stories waiting to be discovered. So pack your bags, open your heart, and let the magic of man-made wonders guide your next journey.